All right, here's my Brian Lee story, real quick. This last Friday night, they had Brett Michaels dress up. He was changed. It's Brian Lee from the WWE, and The Rock did a rock bottom on him. Uh, I knew Brian Lee before he was anybody, before the days of him being, the second Undertaker or whatever else he's done. Uh, and I rode to the matches one night. We got there about 6 o'clock in the afternoon here in Jonesboro. It was me, him, and Dutch Mantel, Zeb Coulter. So we get out of the car, and some kids run up to Brian Lee. Now, Brian Lee's a heel. So Brian Lee starts screaming at these kids. These kids were like 11, 12. Get away from the car, you little punks, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I'm like shocked. I mean, I'm just, I just there for the ride kind of thing. So I just like put my head down and I walk through the back there. But before I can get to the actual crowd and get my seat, Dutch says, "Come here." So I turn back around. He says, Brian, he looks at Brian and he looks at me and he says, "I want you to hear this." And I go, "Okay." He said, "Brian Lee, if you ever do that again, I'm going to slap you as hard as I can in front of all those kids because they're kids and you don't have to act like a heel and scream at those kids."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay, all right."
Wow.
So yeah, that's my Brian Lee story. Brian Lee also joined me. I owned a restaurant, an Italian restaurant in Steele, Missouri, for about 6